So the first thing you want to do whenever you start getting into books like this that you know are mystical but they're just a whole bunch of surface read, like really good stuff, and you know it's mystical but you have no idea, you need to start digging into what the words mean. The words, like the chapters here in Ozarks or Sha'are, the gates of whatever, Ozarks, right? You need to start looking at that, and you also need to pay attention to the verses that are used, because like in Sefer HaBahir, like the opening verse is like an extremely mystical verse that the Rambam, he actually opens with that same verse too. Like, even most people don't know this, the Rambam was a mystic. I don't know how to tell it otherwise. I mean, he's a rational mystic, but that's the way that they hit it the most. Like, this is a Musar book. People will tell you this is a Musar book. I'm going to tell you, Orachot Tzadikim is a very deeply Kabbalistic manual. A very deeply astronomical, cosmic manual. Okay? The Guide of the Perplexed. Like, Abu Lafia, he thought that this was the best book beside the Torah. Like, this was it. So I'm going to read you something from the Rambam's Guide of the Perplexed to kind of to kind of like frame something for you, because what we see on the surface, Sefer HaKana was actually a book that was rejected by a lot of people and accepted at the same time. Again, this duality. And I'm going to try and show you why this is. Hold on a second. Okay, Maimonides, he says, if you wish to grasp the totality of what this treatise contains, this is the Guide of the Perplexed, so that nothing of it will escape you, then you must connect its chapters one with another. And when reading a given chapter, your intention must be not only to understand the totality of the subject of that chapter, but also to grasp each word that occurs in it in the course of the speech, even if that word does not belong to the intention of the chapter. He's giving you a key to reading Kabbalistic books, like every single one of them. Like, Maimonides was the mystic par excellence. His opening of the Mishnah Torah contains the opening of the Zohar before the Zohar was written. Okay. Down here, again, he says, but whatever he understands from this treatise, so whatever the reader understands from this treatise, of those things that have not been said by any of our famous sages, other than myself, should not be explained to another, nor should he hasten to refute me. For that which he understood that which he understood me to say might be contrary to my intention, so he thus would harm me in return for my having wanted to benefit him and would repay evil for good. So the Rambam is telling you, just with his introduction of his book, and then he goes on to detail 7 contradictions, categories of contradictions. He's actually giving you the keys on reading Kabbalistic books, the ones like this that seem so mundane, like Mesilat Yesharim and stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, this is just it's a straight up Peshat book. No, these things are like cosmic manuals. So I hope I whetted your appetite for this, because now we're going to investigate Sefer HaKana, and we're going to understand some things, and you're going to see, hopefully you're going to see how to dig into these books and read them, because they're actually, there's deep rabbit holes